what are the things you expect to see or don't expect to see?
Well, first day of pads, usually it's, it's a little rough usually, just everybody's getting acclimated. But I thought today, did a great job, both sides of the ball. I mean, there was moments on both sides of the ball. There were plays made. There was physicality. There was good things. But, it's every day now. Back out tomorrow and just keep grinding every day and build.
Anything quirky with the schedule, having to push it back because of yesterday? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we just, yesterday we were able to meet a little bit, but we had to kick our practice back till today, so now we'll double up. We'll go today and tomorrow in a row, which I don't love to do in spring, although we used to do that a lot, years. Usually try to go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or even Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, but so we doubled it up. We'll have to double it up, but it's fine. We're fresh. We're coming off a break.
Pads again tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Pads from here. We have one more practice that we won't be in pads.
Let me start, in theory, if the season starts today, DJ Perry is your quarterback, right?
Yep.
One, what have you seen from him? And it's only been 3 practices, and then you go back to the bowl game and bowl prep. This is a lot of important reps.
Yeah, I mean, he's just getting so many great reps right now. I mean, he had some great plays today. He had some plays where he struggled today, pretty typical. Handling the whole magnitude of everything. Very competitive guy, has the ability to make a lot of plays. Just has to get more, consistency mentally with everything that's going on. But I mean, for the most part, did a good job. And I think you'll see tremendous growth from him between now and when we end the training camp.
So far on the offensive line, we've talked a lot about how, you've got 2 guys who were starters 2016 that'll be coming back. How have you seen these guys kind of mesh as they move around the line? Like a Petrula who, he was center last year, but he's a natural tackle, and you've got Baker eventually coming back. Like, how have they kind of just
We got 7 guys that have got 10 starts under their belt, so they're pretty well oiled right now. They're out there. Ben's playing center right now with a little bit of tackle. We'll figure out what that, ratio will be. But for the most part, you got Sam playing left guard, John playing right guard, Chris at right tackle, and Aaron at left tackle with the opportunity to, move the center thing around a little bit. John's not going to play this spring, so Alec Lindstrom's taking a bunch of center reps. He'll take some 1 center reps, which will kick Ben to tackle and Chris to guard. So we have that rotation available to us. But, these guys, they're pretty on top of what they're doing right now.
Have you seen Alec make that jump in his growth from last? Because I know that was a concern in the fall. When he was
he's starting to really come together now. He's like 270-something pounds, but he has a good understanding of what's going on the field right now. And by the time we get to the end of the summer, I would suspect he'll be 285, 290, and he should be in pretty good control. So it gives us another guy that's ready to play.
What does Phil Troutwine bring to this new offensive line? Young guy coming in with a unit that's been working for a while.
Phil played for me. He GA'd for us. He knows our players. They know him. Nothing changes. Every technique, every call, every fundamental is the same. So that's what's really important to me is that continuity. And so Phil brought great continuity, and I think he has great rapport with these guys. And so I would anticipate that we move along and business as usual and continue to improve, and it should be a strength of our team.
On the flip side, you bring in a real serious veteran coach in Bill Sheridan to come on the staff. How do you kind of mix the young guys who are getting sort of some of their first coaching gigs with veterans who have really been?
I think it's just how you want to. On offense, I can handle a younger guy in the line. I'm involved with it. I'm there. Okay, so it's easy for me to develop that. On defense, with Coach Pasqualoni leaving, I want to bring another guy in that had unbelievable depth of experience. And Bill is that guy, and I know him well, and he knows a lot of guys on the staff, and it was just such a natural, good fit here for us. And gives the ability for Jim Reed to spend a lot of time in the D-line, which was really his natural coaching position, along with Antoine Smith. So I thought that, I call it horsepower. I like a lot of, I always like a lot of horsepower on defense. So, you got a lot of guys, they got some veteran guys in there, and we got a couple of young guys. So I think it's, I try to pay attention to that and try to mix that as best as I can.
Do Antoine or Bill bring anything different philosophically than what Paul had or Jim has been doing?
I think Antoine studied under Coach Pasqualoni. He did an internship in the NFL with Coach Pasqualoni on the D-line with the Texans. So he was very tuned in to Coach Pasqualoni's fundamental and technique, so I wanted continuity there. I didn't want that to change. And of course, Jim Reed was working with the linebackers, but he was coordinating, and he and Coach Pasolini worked together so many years. So it was just such a natural fit for those two guys to come together. And then Bill coming in, is such a veteran guy. He's been a two-time coordinator in the NFL, and he can come right in and seamlessly, look at our scheme, come in and adapt to what we're doing and make suggestions and any kind of things, however we want to tweak it. But you got a guy on the D-line who's coordinated the whole thing. You got a guy in the linebackers who's coordinated the whole thing. And then you got Anthony in the back, and Anthony's a co-defensive coordinator. So we've got Anthony back here in the back end. So, it's pretty strong. I mean, and that's what you're looking for.
I know Anthony's in a red jersey, but what's the extent of his football activity? None whatsoever, or can he throw it all?
I mean, right now he's still just, he's rehab. Red jersey for us means you're not really doing anything. Yellow jersey means you're integrated in a little bit. I mean, he might be able to stationary throw a little bit, but he's not in the body of practice. He's more of a rehab mode. He's with the trainers and the strength guys, whether it be biking, whether it be whatever activities.
And so in that sense, does EJ kind of have to prepare as if he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he might have to.
He's absolutely preparing that way. I mean, Anthony's right on schedule.
Right.
But I mean, I mean, if you're not preparing that way, then there's something wrong with you. I mean, EJ's preparing to be the starter, as is the rest of the quarterbacks in that room, and so's Anthony. And but Anthony's right on schedule, maybe even ahead.